What is up, guys? It's the NJB here, and today I'm going to be doing a Champions League prediction for Real Madrid versus Manchester City. So I know this video is going to be coming out super late, hopefully like a few, maybe 12 hours before the game starts, I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a prediction on it, and I'm going to do my next Champions League predictions way before the second leg, so don't worry, I'll probably have those on time. But without any further ado, I'm going to go in depth in why I think the team I think is going to win is going to win. So let's get right into it. So this game may be one of the hardest games for me to predict, but overall I think City has the advantage. Both teams have been off color this season, but despite this fact, Real Madrid seems to be able to stay on top of the table for much of it, even though Barcelona have recently surpassed them in the league. City are currently second in the league and are a whopping 22 points behind league leaders Liverpool. Their season has been a complete mess compared to the last two seasons, in which they had at least 65 points by this point in the last season. Personally, I do believe this is mainly down to the major injuries that City have endured throughout most of their campaign and the lack of good center backs in the squad. Company left for Anderlecht at the end of last season, and Aymeric Laporte has been injured for most of the season, but he has come back and even played on the weekend, which is good for City. Another reason City have not done well this year is because of Sané's injury. He hasn't played a single game this season, and his absence has played a noticeable part in their shortcomings. His direct approach and wide style of play is key for Guardiola's system, and with his absence, the team is reduced to endlessly passing the ball in the final third, waiting for a lucky player to get a tap in. Another injury concern is Sterling, who missed the weekend match through injury, but there has been some hope he might return. But even if he does not play against Madrid, I still think City are the one more likely to win this fixture. According to most stats and their position on the table, it would seem that Real Madrid are much better than they were last season, but the team still seems fairly weak. For one, while they have been doing well in the league, their Champions League performances have not been as consistent. In the opening match, they lost to PSG 3-0 in Paris, then followed that by drawing a game against Club Brugge 2-2 after coming back from losing 2-0 in the first half. They were able to defeat Galatasaray in both fixtures, but their inability to defeat a top team like PSG is very worrisome, and suggests that their league performances may be a result of the league itself just not being as difficult as in previous years. Furthermore, Real Madrid's scoring stats are horrific, with Benzema scoring 17 goals in the league and the Champions League, and Sergio Ramos being the second highest scorer with 7 goals in both La Liga and the Champions League. Rodrigo is the second highest scoring forward with 6 goals, 4 in the Champions League and 2 in La Liga. Other than that, the rest of Real Madrid's frontline have only scored 10 goals in all competitions all season. With these stats in mind, it's very difficult to see how Real will stand a chance against City, whose frontline has amassed 66 goals in all competitions versus Real's frontline only scoring 35 goals. Now yes, I can agree that goals aren't everything, but they are the only thing that will win you games, so it's not a stat we can ignore. But let's do that for a moment. City are a team that are much better than Madrid with possession and creating chances. Every player in City's midfield is known for taking the ball upfield and displaying huge amounts of confidence by playing the ball through the middle of the park rather than exclusively playing either sideways passes, hoping that each cross will result in a goal. They are much more coordinated as we expect with a Guardiola team, and I find it hard to see how Real will defeat them. If Madrid want to win, my recommended lineup would be Courtois in goal, Mendy, Ramos, Varane, and Carvajal in defense, Modric, Casemiro, and Valverde in the middle, and Vinicius, Benzema, and Isco on top, with Isco having a free roam role. The reason I go with this lineup is because I think the squad will provide Madrid with plenty of attacking options, especially with Isco and Vinicius, who are vital in taking on players and foiling City's tactics. Teams as tactical as Guardiola's teams are known for being very susceptible to skillful and pacey players, like when his Bayern side lost to Barcelona in 2016 and his City team against Monaco, Liverpool, and lastly Tottenham. During those matches, his teams play against the likes of Ronaldo, Bale, Neymar, Messi, Suarez, Mbappe, Isco, Iniesta, Mane, Salah, and Firmino, just to name a few. each of which seem to ruin his team's cohesion with their skills. This is such a huge weakness that his team was unable to defeat Lyon in last season's group stage of the Champions League. This is because Lyon's players are all very skillful. A lot of them were turning on him and dribbling on his players throughout the match, and they were just unable to contain them, even though they won by a narrow margin. I will throw in that the last time these teams played, he beat Madrid 4-1 in an ICC friendly game, which I actually attended in 2017, but that was just a friendly. But for the suggested lineup for City, it's more straightforward than the Madrid lineup. Ederson in goal, Laporte, Stones, Walker, and Mendy in the back, De Bruyne, Rodri, and Gundogan in the middle, and Bernardo Silva, Aguero, and Mars on top. As I alluded to earlier, Real Madrid does seem to favor moving the ball to the wings or wide areas, which is probably because they do not have many attacking players who enjoy taking on players and scoring like Ronaldo used to when he was on the team. City is the opposite, and players like De Bruyne, both Silvas, and Aguero will take the game to Madrid, and because of that, I think that City will take this game home. I think Madrid will create a lot of close chances, but I think City will beat them by at least 3-1. So I do predict the scoreline will be 3-1, City wins, and Madrid will get one goal just because they do have a lot of talented players that can create chances, but overall, I just don't see Zidane's team just overpowering City. Anything is possible. This is the Champions League, but I honestly just don't see it happening. City are just in a better place than Real Madrid are, not in terms of the league positioning and points, but in terms of tactics and just team cohesion, and I just think the team is strong enough. So those are my opinions. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers, mates.
Now Casemiro, Modric, Casemiro. De Bruyne. We've had the official word. There will be a minimum perfect through ball from Sergio Aguero. And nothing positive, giving it a try. And thwarting his opponent in the nick of time. Just unable to take advantage of that developing situation. And the first half is in the history books here at the Bernabeu. The teams are ready to have a go at each other again as the second half commences. And now Kevin De Bruyne. Sterling has it. Now Zinchenko. Gundogan. Possession and patience, the watchwords. And Isco doing superbly to win back possession. This might be the perfect counter-attacking opportunity. Well, they seem to be onto something positive, but it faded away. Aguero. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva. Good technique displayed. Silva. And the advantage is with City. Surely! Keeper didn't quite do enough. Cleared away comprehensively. I think most fans would be pretty happy with this man's display so far.
Wow, he's simply the difference between these two sides. All the eyes will be on him for this second half. Can he get the hat-trick?
It's with David Silva. It's with Gundogan. Sergio Aguero has it. Well, they want that equaliser, but their passing remains smooth. Modric. Benzema. No let-up in the pressing department. Silva. Here's De Bruyne. Excellent save from Thibaut Courtois. Substitution for Real Madrid. Corner kick played over. Poor execution with regard to the corner. It's with Vinicius Junior. Breaking at pace. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that pass. Well, not to be in terms of the counter-attack. Phil Foden now. And 30 minutes left for play in this match. Gundogan. Sterling. Foden. Oh, goodness, he was right on top of the situation to get the ball back for his team. Aguero. Well, you've got to try to make it a bit more difficult for your opponent than that. Not accurate enough from Gundogan.
Well, as you can see, Real Madrid haven't had too much of the ball, but they won't mind with that. They're winning this game. They're sucking their opponents onto them.
Delightful pass. Benzema hovering, far post. It had an invitation attached, but he couldn't avail himself of the opportunity.
Well, just look at him. He thinks it's in, just wide.
It's with Joao Cancelo. Sterling has it. Phil Foden now. Given away by City. Aguero. And now Kevin De Bruyne. So 20 minutes to go. Bale might be able to set up the chance. Perhaps an opportunity for Isco. It looked as though he was in, but credit to the defender, Lee.
Yeah, he hassled him, made his hurried shot there.
Here's Ramos. Now Casemiro. Mendy has it. Luka Jovic. Casemiro. He's such an intelligent player, Fernandinho. He might be perfectly set up for the counter-attack, you know. Sterling. He has time to play it over. Danger averted. Isco has it. Will it be sufficiently imaginative? Bale! What an important piece of defending. Not a complicated save for Ederson to make.
Well, the Real Madrid fans are certainly having a big say in this game so far. Just listen to the noise they're making, urging their team forward.
A really sumptuous ball. Whatever way you look at that, it's been squandered. De Bruyne. With their noses in front in the second half. What will be the thinking in the camp, Lee Dixon?
Well, with a narrow lead and the clock ticking away, it's so easy for the Real players to lose concentration. Asking the referee how long to go, looking over at the bench. Staying focused is a skill.
Bernardo Silva. Sergio Aguero has it. De Bruyne now. Terrific block. And a throw-in it's going to be. Bernardo Silva. Walker now. And that came off the defender, so it'll be a corner. Played into the centre of the box. And thwarting his opponent in the nick of time. Bale. Valverde. Vinicius Junior. Here's Carvajal. Nothing wrong with that idea. Can he finish this? Joy for the Merengues. Real Madrid have scored.
Well, they pushed and pushed. They tested and tested and they got their reward. top marks, finishing at his best. Lovely through ball as well. The timing was perfect. Excellent finish.
No shortage of goals in this match. 3-1. The referee has decided that 2 additional minutes are in order. Walker. Foden. Given away by City. Well, he's lost it. And there goes the final whistle.